You are welcome to my YouTube channel. So in this video I'll be taking you through how you can run a Cronbach Alpha for your reliability. And Cronbach Alpha is a test you run when you are dealing with your Likert scale. So in this video we'll be looking at the procedure. We also look at how to interpret the output of your data. Now before you start your Cronbach Alpha analysis, something is important you need to do, and that is you need to recode all the negatively worded items in your scale. So you need to check your questionnaire, look at it, check if it is negatively worded, and negatively worded question will take another form. So what you need to do is go back to your variable view and you recode your negatively worded variable. So after that, you are set to run your Cronbach Alpha analysis. So if you are going to run your Cronbach Alpha analysis, what you need to do is to go to analyze. Now I assume that this is the data I've already prepared for my analysis. So in case you are doing your own, you would have entered your questionnaire, go to your variable view, code your Likert scale, strongly agree, strongly disagree, disagree, agree, depending on how you want to scale it, which will be on the ordinal scale. So I've prepared that for this particular questionnaire. I want to check the reliability. So I will go to scale from analysis, then from there I will go to reliability analysis. I will ensure this alpha is being clicked. Now if I click on the drop down, we will see alpha, omega, split half, Gottman, parallel, street parallel, but what I want to run is Cronbach Alpha. So I will click on alpha. So I want to check the reliability for question 10 to question 20. So I will select from question 10 to question 20, and what I'm trying to see is I want to check if it measure what the construct should measure. So I will bring it to items. So after that, I will go to statistics. I will click on item. I will click on scale, then scale if item deleted. Now the purpose of clicking on these three things, I will be explaining it in the output. So I will click on continue. After that, okay. So I'm expecting the output of my Cronbach Alpha analysis. So from here we have different tables. So from the tables I will be explaining the interpretation from it, which I would like you to pay attention to. So the first one is we have case processing summary. Case processing summary. So the first thing you should do is to check that the number of items is correct. So you need to check, and what is the number of my items? That is 11. That is question 10, 11, 12, 13 to 20. So that means that is perfect. Then what other things I need to check is, in terms of reliability, the most important figure is the alpha value. So what I'm also looking for here is the alpha value. So you can see that from this Cronbach Alpha where I have 0.691. So how do I interpret this? What I need to do is I will mention some things. If your Cronbach Alpha is below 0.6, that means you have a weak result, and we can say that is a poor reliability. So once you check for your reliability using Cronbach Alpha and the output give you 0.6 or below 0.6, that means that construct, that questionnaire, that instrument is weak, which is as a result of a poor reliability. So you will need to consider to change the questions, and I'm still going to other section of the output which will now explain better to us the question we need to change that will affect the Cronbach Alpha to give us a high result. Because if you get a below 0.6 Cronbach Alpha, that doesn't mean all your results are not measuring the construct. But what you need to do is, what are those ones that are weak? What are those ones that are also that are not strong? So you need to consider that. Then if your result give you 0.6 to 0.7, That is a moderate reliability, which is acceptable, and we can also say that is on the borderline. And if your result is 0.7 above, that is a strong reliability, which we can call good or excellent. So for this reliability I just run, we have 0.691, which make it a moderate reliability and it is still acceptable. Now, where we now need to go next is the other information of interest. So coming down to this table, item total statistics is presenting to us the reliability of each question, that is from question 10 to question 20. And you will now see here that this table presents to us the question I will need to remove for me to have a better Cronbach Alpha result. So if I'm going to consider removing any data now, so before that I would like to explain that if this corrected item total correlation, as you can see, corrected item total correlation, if it is less than 3, that is 0.3, if it is less than 0.3, that means the question or the construct is not measuring what it is expected to. Please, you need to take note of that. If it is less than 0.3, it means the construct is not measuring what is needed to measure. Then if it is equals to 3 or above, if it is equals to 3, it is weak, but it is still acceptable. But if it is above 3, then it is good. So once it is less than 3, just have it in mind that it is not measuring what it is expected to measure. So in this case, if I start looking at this question, it will be good for me to remove question 11 first. And as you can see from Cronbach Alpha, if item deleted. So if I delete question 11 or I change question 11, my Cronbach Alpha is going to be 0.747, which is going to be a strong Cronbach Alpha. So it means one of the questions contributing to the weakness of this questionnaire or to this instrument is question 11. Is either the question is not correctly drafted or the construct is not aligning with what I'm measuring. We've established that you need to recode. So in this data, I want to assume that I've recoded it and it's well formed. So the problem now is that the question is not measuring what it is expected to measure. Then if I'm going to consider removing another one, that will be question 10. So if I remove question 10, I'm going to have Cronbach Alpha of 0.719, which is also strong. So if I'm going to consider removing any one next, that will be question 12. Because if you look at it, it's less than 0.3. And like we said, if it is less than 0.3, it means it's not measuring what it is expected to measure. So if I remove question 12, I'm going to have 0.695 Cronbach Alpha. Now, coming to question 13, if I approximate the corrected item total correlation for question 13, is going to give me 0.3, which means question 13, though is weak, but still measuring what is needed to measure. So I can still retain question 13. So if I retain question 13, my Cronbach Alpha is still going to give me, that is 0.683, which is still good enough. So these are some of the things we need to know while we are carrying out our reliability analysis using Cronbach Alpha test. I believe you've enjoyed this video. Kindly like and subscribe to this channel. Thank you very much.